You are listening to Pocketful of Diamonds, Book 7 of the Nadia Wolf series, written by Nicolette Pierce. Copyright 2016. Audio copyright 2025 by Pierced Heart Publishing. Digitally narrated with full cast of voices.
Chapter 12. Saba had been the first to welcome Gwen as a guest of the Sandi Society. The group as a whole wasn't quite sure how to deal with her since she was foreign. She didn't know the language, and she would most likely run away. But Saba was instrumental in helping to bridge the divide. While the rest of the women dispersed to prepare for the ceremony and celebration, Saba stayed at Gwen's side.
The Sandi is a secret society of women. They help slowly introduce a girl into the society and prepare her for womanhood. But with you, it's a little different.
Gwen looked about the small cabin that she had been escorted to only moments after Ian had said he wasn't married. Between him not being married, secret societies, and a wedding ceremony that would take place in less than 10 hours to unite her and Ian, her head reeled. Why would your society take me? Saba gave a tiny shrug.
Honestly, I'm not sure all societies would, but we love Ian, and so therefore his wife belongs with us. But don't worry, we won't hold you to all the formalities.
Just the one where I have to get married. She smiled.
Yes, just that one.
She stood and walked over to a trunk that was old and cracked.
Some girls don't even get to court their boy. They are born knowing who they will marry.
Gwen studied her for a moment. What about you? Will you get to choose? Saba lifted the lid.
Yes, my family believes your heart should choose.
She took out a bundle of white cloth.
I know you'll be happy with Ian.
And if I'm not? She asked it more of herself, but Saba heard and gave another tiny shrug.
You have no ties here. I heard what he had said to you before. If you have a wish to run, I won't stop you. No one here will. But for the sake of tradition, Jala and the elders, we adhere to the rules. You are an outsider and can disappear anytime you want.
If I did leave, what would happen to Ian? Saba thought for a moment, her fingers playing with the cowrie shells that were sewn on the delicate white cloth.
Probably nothing. Like I said, we love Ian. If you left, the villagers might pity him for a while, maybe even tease him, but nothing bad would happen.
If that was the case, Gwen knew Ian would fare well. He wouldn't be brought down by a few remarks. He might even join in stating how lucky he was that he dodged a bullet. But Gwen didn't feel lucky. She felt adrift. The truth was that she was stuck on Ian, that one night had sealed her fate and locked her heart. Then she had ruined her chances with him. She accepted that fact with the barbed inflictions that came with it and moved on. But she never really moved on, she just circled back around. And now that he was forced to marry her, she might have a chance again. But would he forgive her for staying? And could she keep Divine at bay without either men discovering each other? Was it worth the risk? She watched as Saba unfolded the cloth and held it up for Gwen to see.
This will be your wedding dress.
She said, her fingers drifting over the light material.
Many of the women here have worn it. They would think it an honor if you wore it as well.
As far as Gwen could tell, it was no more than a sheet with cowrie shells adorning it. It was beautiful, but she wasn't quite sure how it functioned as a dress. I would love to wear it, but I'm not sure how.
I'll help you. Think of it as wrapping a towel around yourself when you get out of the bath.
Speaking of baths, Gwen started, realizing that if this was truly going to be her wedding day, she needed a bath desperately. She wondered if there would be a wedding night. With Ian already upset with her, It was likely she might have to spend the night by herself in the office. Still, a bath would feel refreshing and might give her a moment to gather her thoughts.
Yes, the women are gathering the rainwater. We should have enough for you.
Enough? Has there been a drought? If you need the water, then tell them I'm okay without a bath. A washcloth with a small pail of water would be enough. She shook her head.
The bride is important. This is your day, Gwen. Besides, there will be more rain. There is always rain.
Gwen wasn't sure, but Saba smiled and seemed not to worry about water, so Gwen wouldn't either. Saba, are there any men here that you're interested in?
Only one, but it is too late.
Too late? Gwen had seen her smiling at Ian before. Could she be talking about him? But too late could mean many different things. Why is it too late? Gwen asked, trying to steel herself if Saba was indeed talking about Ian. She never would want to hurt Saba, but Gwen was too selfish to give up this opportunity.
He lost his heart to another, and she broke it.
That didn't clear up the matter. While Gwen didn't think Ian had lost his heart to her, he could have lost it to his now ex-wife. She really needed to learn more about that story. Who is it? Saba shook her head.
It is better if I don't say.
Is he still with the other woman?
No, but his spirit is lost.
Then let's hope his spirit finds his way home. Saba smiled.
I hope for that every day.
The door opened, distracting them both. Saba quickly placed the cloth back into the trunk.
It's time to eat and then off to your bath.
Gwen let Saba lead the way. She would not ponder any more about her decision to stay, nor the future. She knew she was making a horrible mistake, but she would not regret this one.
Ian paced along the river as the men sang and played music in the canteen. The rhythmic drumming punctuated each step as he agonized over the morning's events. He wasn't allowed to go anywhere near the ladies today, which meant he had no idea what Gwen was doing, if she was nervous, if she was angry, if she were ready to flee. It was to be a big wedding celebration, and he was not to see the bride until she was given to him. Thankfully, they waived the mboya since Gwen's family was not there to receive the bride price. He could only assume his possible future in-laws would be confused, if not horrified, that their daughter could be purchased with a gift of rice, salt, and palm oil. But he was overthinking things, because Gwen was sure to make a break for it. She had done so before with diamonds. Wouldn't her freedom be worth even more? Ian suddenly wondered if she had already left and he was worried for nothing. But certainly someone would notify him if Gwen made a dash for it. They wouldn't keep him in the dark, would they?
You're going to wear yourself out before the wedding night.
Gerard said as he staggered from the canteen, a beer in one hand and the half bottle of whiskey in the other.
Want to drink? You earned it.
Ian shook his head. Whiskey was what landed him in this mess to begin with. Take it easy on the drink. Concern for his friend won out against his worry. It's not even noon yet, and you're already swaying.
I'm celebrating. Everyone in the canteen is too. We're happy for you.
His words were hollow. What happened to you?
Nothing.
No, not nothing. You keep feeding me clues about your past life, but never enough to piece together what happened. Who hurt you so badly that you had to turn to alcohol? Gerard stumbled in the direction of his hut. Don't walk away! On a normal day, Ian would have let him go, knowing he would drink himself to sleep and then wake up with a better attitude. But today was not that day. Gerard, I'm not letting this go. Tell me what happened. He shook his head and kept walking. Ian followed after him. Whatever bothered Gerard couldn't be fixed or salvaged with a bottle, and while Ian knew he was far from a deity, he would move whatever mountains he could for his friend. With Gerard's billion-dollar find, he could move several mountains. When Ian put his hand on Gerard's shoulder, stopping him, Gerard swung around with more speed and accuracy than he had moments ago.
Leave it alone, Ian. Just leave it alone.
Ian held up his hands in truce. Just answer me this. Could your problem be fixed with money?
Life's not that simple. Money is only a bandage.
Would a bandage help at all? He asked, feeling very inadequate. Was money all he had to offer? Surely he could do better than that. He just didn't know what kind of problem he was dealing with. Gerard downed the beer and tossed the empty to Ian.
It just did.
You know what I mean.
If you want to be a shrink, I suggest finding your clients elsewhere.
He gave a shrill whistle that brought Manny down off a tree and onto his shoulder.
And if you're looking for one yourself, especially after the wedding, Manny charges a very reasonable rate.
How did you know he was in the tree?
Didn't you hear the rustling?
Ian shook his head.
It's a wonder you're not dead yet.
Gerard muttered. He turned and stalked off with Manny in tow. When they disappeared from view, Ian retraced his steps back to the canteen where he met up with Harry, who was currently looking for lunch. You and me both. Harry looked up at him and smiled. Do you understand what I'm saying? Harry made a throaty grunt. Well, I guess if Gerard can have counseling sessions with a monkey, I might as well tell you my problems over a head of lettuce. Did you just nod? He eyed the pygmy hippo, not sure what to make of him.
Come inside, Ian.
Fode called from the doorway.
We are nearly done preparing the noon meal.
Do you have something in there for Harry?
Sure, I'll be out in a moment.
Fode ducked back inside through the broken wall and returned the same way, carrying a small basket filled with leafy edibles that Harry was sure to love. I'll take it, Ian said, reaching for the basket. Thank you.
Will you come inside? We have your place of honor set up.
Ian nodded. I'll come in a minute. Just want to make sure Harry feels like he's part of the party. Fode eyed him and then nodded.
He's always a part of our family. We welcome everyone, and we welcome your bride as well.
What if she leaves?
Everything in life is temporary. We are only promised the moment we live in. Nothing more.
What if I want more? Fode smiled.
We will always want more.
He walked back to the canteen. Ian had never felt so lost or bewildered in his life. For the first time, he was afraid Gwen would run. He just wanted one more moment with her. But if she left, he'd never find her again. He barely found her the first time, and that was by luck, and her failure to clean up a stray track. She wouldn't make that mistake again. Did this mean he wanted to marry Gwen? No, but he didn't want her to leave either. Harry nudged his leg. Ian looked down. Am I crazy? Harry nodded. I think you're right. Setting the basket down, Harry happily tore into the greens. Ian watched the little hippo who contentedly ate until his belly was full. Ian wished life was that simple, that a basket of lettuce would make his day complete. That wish of simplicity took on the form of a blonde who was probably gunning it to the airport as he whittled away his time dreaming about salads and unpromised moments. Ian picked up the empty basket and said farewell to Harry, who waddled into the river. He then headed into the canteen. There was nothing for him to do but wait until the sun sank to see which trail his life veered off in. For the next few hours, he would lock away all thoughts and just live as the man he used to be, the man that he missed. He plastered a smile on his face when he entered the canteen. I thought there was supposed to be dancing. He was met with a cheer. Tables and benches were scooted back, and while all the action whirled around him, Ian felt nothing. Nothing while he circled with the dancers, each swaying and stepping in rhythm to the drums and gourd shakers. Nothing while he ate and drank. Just nothing.